On behalf of the Accountability Lab family, I'm honored and pleased to welcome you to Zimbabwe's second Integrity Icon Award ceremony. The Integrity Icon is a year-long citizen-driven campaign to find, celebrate, and support honest government officials. It celebrates civil servants who have exceeded their call of duty, demonstrated integrity, and have been icons in their communities, sometimes at significant personal loss. It is people like these that we are gathered to honor and celebrate tonight at these awards. Often we are quick as people to name and shame detractors, but seldom stop to name and fame our good examples. At Accountability Lab, we have made a conscious decision to shine the light and to make heroes of extraordinary efforts by humble public servants. A lot is happening in the public service and in the public to fight corruption and operate with integrity. But often these efforts are faceless and nameless. At Accountability Lab, we build and support active citizens, responsible leaders, and accountable institutions. This work begins with people, and the people we celebrate tonight have the potential to contribute towards reform, integrity, and in building the institutions and building accountable institutions. We hope that through the awards, Zimbabweans will get to know members of the civil service who work with integrity and what they are doing differently, and to inspire others to demonstrate integrity and strive for excellence. In honoring our icons today, we commend them for overcoming multiple barriers and resisting temptations.
I'm a teacher by profession. I'm deployed right in the rural areas, the remotest parts of Chivu in the Chikomba district. We have got the highest rate of school dropouts. So I'm trying to checkmate that. Yes. So that's why I try to introduce chess. Because in chess, it's a game of problem solving. Yeah, you're trying to solve a problem, critical thinking. So by so doing, I think I will be checkmating poverty somewhere else. And I can see that it's happening. It's happening, you know. It's good to be here. You know, when I'm recognized for doing something that is which I wasn't thinking along that there are some people who are watching me. I was just doing my things, you know. So I'm just here.
Wow. The courage, like the other speaker said, is impressed in my DNA system. So it comes automatically to push me to do what I do. Is what I love, and work with special learners. And I've said to the learners, you are special. I've been in that road. So when you are deaf and you cannot communicate at home, no one hears you. No one in the community hears you. So when you do a performance that is outstanding, and then you're a person at the end of the day, what I do is I groom learners that have deafness to have confidence through performances, because this is the only way they can express themselves, through body movements. And a lot of people have told me, ask me, how do you do it? You are seated in that wheelchair and you are teaching the learners who cannot hear to dance. The truth is that I say I don't know, because somehow it's just a connection between me and the special group of learners that at the end of the day, they make themselves proud. They make me proud, they make the school proud, they make the families proud, and the communities proud.
Wow.
And I've said the learners are deaf, they cannot hear. Of course, we've got some with residual hearing, but the moment, remember with vibration, the moment you lift your feet off ground, that vibration is gone. So I'm there to direct them and, you know, help them to go with the music and bring out something that is really appreciated at the end of the day.
I'm also was intrigued by one of the projects, which is a teacher learn to fish, which means somewhere, somehow, in the long run, we're trying, okay, let's try to get rid of this dependency syndrome that is coming out. So by doing that, we need to equip these children at a very tender age and see how best they can actually become best of themselves, because where they are, we believe that by teaching one, we are teaching the community, because where they are coming from, where they are going, they'll meet other people, they'll then say, how did you make this? The chain will then go, the chain will then go. In the long run, we'll then have communities that know what accountability is, communities that know what responsibility is, communities that know there is a future that is ahead there, but we need to be sustainable now. So how best can we do that? We do that by teaching the upcoming generation, making sure that they are accountable, they are responsible, they are supposed to be, make sure that there is integrity in whatever they are doing in each and every step of the way. So yeah, I'm so happy for him. He's not here. I wanted him to be here, but well, you know, the traveling and everything. He's far away there, but I'm sure wherever he is, he's happy. His soul is very happy.
My previous year used to say this. Fundi, when you do good, good will follow you. When you do bad, bad will follow you. Yeah. So you choose. If you do good, the good will follow you. If you do bad, the bad will follow you. Small things are often seen and they are noticed.
Thank you very much.
There is a team of committed workers. I didn't work alone. In HELP, we work as a team. Behind me is a team of committed nurses, doctors, hospital ancillary staff, and we have our patients. They also contribute in our working, and they also contribute in our everyday livelihoods. Also supportive family. So I'd love to say to all my family, my co-workers, and to all my patients and everyone around here, you made it, we make it.
Me, I would like to say, in each and every space that you are given, an opportunity that you are given, it is honesty, truthfulness, that will always make you stand up high. In the way we say, one way or another, as Fundile said, it's your words that will follow you. So in every opportunity and space that you are given, just be honest and upright. Everything will follow suit.
On this first song, ladies and gentlemen, I will not advise you to dance. You will dance in the second piece. Keep your energy. Just listen. Your feet second song, thank you. The second song talks about healing and reconciliation. Is the song which helped me win Voice to Rap 2022. You can find it on YouTube, on Voice to Rap platforms. You can now dance. I'll introduce you to the dance. Let's go. 1983 to 1987. 1983 to 1987. New Zimbabwe mama, wawenze njani? Welaitise, wawenze njani? Leo momenti mama, uvumenize. Welaiti, wawenze njani? Lelo kazi mama, lawafowethu, lawazali, wawenze njani? Yesikhulume iqiniso madoda, iqiniso losikhulula. Yesikhulume iqiniso madoda, iqiniso losikhulula. Yesikhulume iqiniso madoda, iqiniso losikhulula. Asila zihlobo kulelizwe ngenxa yolekile. Asila bazali, asila wafowethu ngenxa yolekile. Asila ma-birth certificates ngenxa yolekile. Asila zithupha, asila ma-IDs ngenxa yolekile. Yesikhulume iqiniso, yesikhulume iqiniso. Yesikhulume iqiniso, yesikhulume iqiniso. Yesikhulume iqiniso madoda, iqiniso losikhulula. Sikhulume iqiniso, sikhulume. Yesikhulume iqiniso, sikhulume iqiniso, sikhulume. Yesikhulume iqiniso, sikhulume. Yesikhulume iqiniso, sikhulume. Yesikhulume iqiniso, sikhulume. Jiwo yelele jiwo yelele jiwo yelele jiwo yelele. Are you ready to dance? So the song goes with the poem, eh? Prisoners of the past, liberators of the future, proud and beautiful Zimbabweans moving to a brighter future. Healing and reconciliation is the answer, but the truth must precede healing, but the truth must precede reconciliation. Now is the time to tell the tales of time. Time tells, now is the time. Now it's high time to move away from the dark past all the way to a healed future. Who shall wait when time and tide waits for no man? Holding hands together we can. But the truth must precede healing. But the truth must precede reconciliation. But the truth must precede healing. But the truth must precede reconciliation. Oh, how you move your, yeah. This is Indlam dance. Yes, Indlam. Yes, you are like in Assam. Everybody, come and dance. Come and dance. Come and dance. Let's go. To you who is laughing, come and dance. Come and dance. Let's go. There's so many queenies, there's so many queenies, so many. There's so many queenies.
It is again another honor and for me a very special privilege tonight to be asked to introduce the keynote speaker. And yes, we're exact, but maybe please don't call it, maybe it's nepotism. My fellow Mamoyo, Commissioner Dr. Ongwe, I have the singular privilege of introducing her and asking her to come to the podium and give us words of wisdom.
Thank you so much. I feel honored by another Moyo. I'm hoping there are many Moyos, and I'm hoping you guys who are all nominated are Moyos. Thank you. We are just honored as Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission that you have really invited us to be part of this great occasion. So I'm going to speak on behalf of my chair, Justice Lois Matanda Moyo. I'm deeply honored to be delivering this keynote address for this gracious occasion that brings together those who have excelled in honoring the values and ethos of excellence, honesty, accountability, leadership, transparency, and integrity within the Zimbabwe's civil service. Let me begin by extending the apology of the Honorable Justice Matanda Moyo for failing to attend. Ladies and gentlemen, let me allow me to applaud the Accountability Lab for the great stride they have taken in hosting these awards. The awards they mark a milestone in the work of the accountability in curbing corruption in Zimbabwe. Such efforts by non-governmental entities are vital in the fight against corruption. We are deeply delighted and gladdened by this broad step taken by the Accountability Lab today. It shows the commitment by civil society to curb corruption in the civil service and beyond. Fighting corruption, we all know, is never an easy task and never can be effective if it is done in isolation. No single institution can fight corruption alone. It takes combined efforts of government, the private sector, civil society, and every citizen to win the fight. Therefore, as the lead institution in the fight against corruption in Zimbabwe, as ZAC, we are deeply grateful for the efforts of other stakeholders in fighting corruption. We are aware of the effects of corruption on the economic, political, and social level. It is agreed the world over that corruption, regardless of its form, is the biggest obstacle to progress. We are also alive to the dangers faced by those fighting corruption. It is a fact that fighting corruption is a daunting task and not for the faint-hearted as it fights back.
and fights back heavily. An effective fight against corruption requires partnerships between the public, private, and institutions and civil society. When we work together, we will make a valid change in this fight against corruption for the timeless benefit of our people. Therefore, the role of institutions such as Accountability Lab in the fight against corruption can never be overemphasized. I loved when the nominees were giving the last bit of their statements that whatever you do, commit yourself to it. Someone is always watching. We are the pillars of the present and the future. When you do good, small things are often seen and noticed. There's a team of committed workers. It's not a one person who can fight or one person who can be of integrity. Honesty, truthfulness will follow you. All those statements that you were mentioning really are part of the essence of what we are discussing today or what we are celebrating today. And as a representative of the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption, it is important that we identify, we celebrate, we support and encourage such champions of integrity as it molds public trust. In our quest to promote integrity, it is indeed important to complement the traditional approach of fighting corruption by naming and shaming corrupt officials with the creation of platforms to celebrate those doing work with integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, the Constitution of Zimbabwe, Amendment number 20, 2013, in its preamble, implores us to commit ourselves to build a united, just, and prosperous nation founded on the values of transparency, equality, freedom, fairness, honesty, and the dignity of hard work. In particular, Section 255 of the Constitution that defines the function of ZAC. And under subsection C, the Commission is mandated to promote honesty, financial discipline, and transparency in the public and private sectors. I believe our participation in events such as these, honoring those serving with honor, is aligned to the functions of the Commission. And in executing our mandate, the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission has been spearheading various strategies in an attempt to strengthen integrity building initiatives. In particular, central to the integrity strategy has been to develop robust integrity strategy model for both the public and private sector. The strategy has set and defined clear expectations from the private and public sector organizations, including the civil society. It is founded on two major pillars, namely accountability and commitment. The pivotal objectives in this regard revolve around the need to plan and act to improve integrity, learn and develop integrity knowledge and skills, model and embody a culture of integrity, be accountable for integrity. In terms of the implementation modalities, the accountability pillar focuses on legislation and regulations, internal controls, audit and governance, fraud and corruption detection systems, self-analysis and review, and ultimately response to integrity breaches. In addition, commitment comes as the second pillar in the integrity strategy model that deals with all efforts to ensure that roles and responsibilities are enhanced in a view to strengthen integrity building initiatives. It is within this realm where issues on organizational culture are explored with a view to promote the development of integrity education capacities. Luckily, I'm a loudspeaker. The leadership and management culture is also critical when it comes to... It is said the first step towards integrity building lies with having ethical and effective leadership whose attitude, in my view, is more inclined towards transformational leadership style as compared to transactional leadership style. Integrity building relies heavily on values and standards set by our private and public sector. In order to harness the much needed benefits, issues regarding remunerations, fees, incentives awarded to employees, and tools of trade at their disposals are also critical constituencies of a robust integrity strategy model within public and private institutions. So the entire model is dependent on oversight roles played by institutions such as the Public Service Commission, line ministries, the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption, Office of the Auditor General, the Parliament, Office of the President and Cabinet, and Procurement Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe, among other oversight bodies or entities. I present our ZAC perspectives on building integrity interventions. We have made a deliberate effort in line with our mandate to equip the public and private sector with a prevention of corruption toolkit, which we've been going around the past year. This toolkit encompasses policies, structures for corruption prevention and integrity building, respectively. In order for the private and public sector institutions to fare well on integrity building, they need to conduct a comprehensive corruption risk analysis and planning for integrity. To this end, we have coordinated corruption risk and vulnerability assessments in various public institutions. As an organization, we wish to contribute meaningfully in the integrity building value chain. You need to ask yourself some of the following questions. Does the organization have a risk policy? Does it have due diligence policy? Does it have disclosure policy, code of ethics, procurement policies, among others? And above all, the true spirit of implementing the National Anti-Corruption Strategy, which I'm hoping we all know that as a country, we have developed a National Anti-Corruption Strategy. And we are also calling upon the public and private sector institutions to establish integrity committees to assist in all corporate governance issues. Today we gather to celebrate the dignity and hard work and honesty as per our constitution of our motherland. Honoring those who have served with integrity also falls within the mandate of the Commission. Today we are using the theme, All Hands to the Plow, to explore on how to fight corruption and foster integrity across sectors. And we believe that is everyone's responsibility. In the minds of many, fighting corruption is the task of a few, with the rest policing those anti-corruption work contrary to the provisions of the National Anti-Corruption Strategy, where fighting corruption, especially its prevention, requires all of us. By promoting integrity, it is our focus today to require even more from all of us. So the people who have been nominated are actually giving us more work. Commissioner Majome talked about the work that was given when the judges were doing the judging. And we believe this requires all of us as citizens to do more. It is against this background that we encourage all of us to leverage each other's strengths, competencies, skills, networks, and resources to achieve the shared goal of promoting integrity in the private and public sector, and also in the civil society. It is time that we develop a multi-stakeholder partnership, collective action, and promote interagency collaboration. Whilst there's a fixation on fighting corruption, that alone is insufficient to promote integrity and improve the quality and universal access to basic services by vulnerable and marginalized individuals, regardless of who they are and where they live. Lack of integrity is a serious roadblock to economic development as viewed by the wheels of prosperity. As you are aware, the National Development Strategy, NDS-1, seeks to promote good governance and accountability, particularly in the public sector. Promoting integrity is critical in living the mantra that says leave no one behind under the Agenda 2030, and indeed NDS-1, and also indeed the UN declaration of ensuring that the SDG, that we meet the SDGs as a country. Ladies and gentlemen, there's need to inculcate a whole of society approach on this integrity issue, acknowledging the important roles of all these sectors, the private sector, academia, civil society, the government, and media, the role they can play in affirming integrity values and standards, both in their interactions with the public sector, with each other, and in holding governments accountable. I cannot stress enough how important it is to work shoulder to shoulder and indeed be all the hands on the plow. In the promotion of integrity in fighting corruption, let us remember to hold each other to similar standards. When we say all hands to the plow, we must hold ourselves to the standard that is expected of all of us, including myself. Equally, the public sector must hold the private sector the same standard and vice versa in the promotion of integrity. Integrity must become a universal language that all of us understand, use to communicate and hold each other accountable. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to congratulate the integrity icons who were identified as exemplary figures in their communities. I strongly encourage you to continue serving your communities with integrity and discharging your duties diligently. A few minutes ago, we watched excellent short videos that gave us hope of the kind of work that you are doing. It is such an inspiration for stories such as what we saw and viewed, and we hope they inspire others to do more. As I conclude, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me remind everyone that accountability involves doing the right things, doing things for the right reasons, and doing things for the right way. I therefore call upon all Zimbabweans, both in the public and private sector and in the civil society, to uphold integrity in discharging our duties. Once again, congratulations to the icons. Thank you.
God knows Dembure, Varwere Maoko as he comes through. The chess master. Please come through, Makoko. Congratulations. Have an opportunity for a photo as well. Closely followed, I will invite Ms. Fundile Nkala to also come right through. Thank you so much. Makorokoto Amhlope. I liked a story about the shoe vibes. Even look at our shoes. Isn't this amazing, huh? It's incredible. Please give her another warm round of applause. Incredible work being done at the community level right there. Makorokoto Amhlope. Congratulations. I will then invite Madam Tariro Zitenga. Congratulations. Makorokoto Amhlope. Congratulations. Gwenya, please help me. Great, thank you very much. Congratulations. Fantastic. Oh yeah, I think you also need a picture next to your friend, and it's an amazing representation. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Amhlope. And I am going to then be inviting the Courage Chief Artisan. Ladies and gentlemen, Katiwe Mawoko. Makorokoto Amtope. Makorokoto Amtope. Oh, congratulations. Well done, Makorokoto Amtope. Our People's Choice Award goes to, in absentia, Mr. Jobert Ngwenya. Makorokoto Amtope. Congratulations to the man. Jakanaka Eji. Congratulations.
Congratulations to your friends.
Brilliant. Makorokoto Amtope, thank you very much. Thank you, colleagues, thank you very much. Barere Maoko, we thank you. Thank you so much, keynotes. We thank you, Commissioner. We thank you, our doctors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Evening.
Firstly, I'd like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be here tonight, celebrating our icons who chose to be different in their different communities and societies. We're very grateful for that. Now, Voice to Rep is basically a music competition. It seeks to find a young youth in our communities who are talented musically, who want to speak about different issues that are happening in their communities. So it's basically, a call is sent out to have different people apply. Once that is done, the judges sit down and they shortlist 10 candidates who then come through into a house. We call it a house. The 10 come and they live in that house for about a week, where they will be learning about accountability, where they'll be learning about issues to do with society, discussing the different challenges and problems that we're facing in our different communities. So while we are learning about that, we're also learning about music, because it's obviously it's a passion that we all will be sharing. So we get an opportunity to learn about music. We also get an opportunity to have great writers of songs come through and teach us and coach us on how to write impactful songs. So in a week, all of that happens, and as we conclude the week in the house, you get to write a song of your own and you record, and that song is the one that then qualifies for the competition. So people then vote for you at the end, and the winner is then found through voting process. So basically, in a nutshell, that's Voice to Rep. Thank you. Now for my song, unfortunately there will be no dancing. I do hope that individuals will be touched by the message that's in the song. The song is basically imploring all of us to be different in our different communities, to choose to be the special ones that choose to do things differently, like our icons have set examples for us. Let's have integrity in our different areas. That way we can be sure to have prosperity, we can be sure we can be sure umututuka. So that's basically what the song is talking about. We all need to do our things differently, as examples have been set. DJ. Trust me, my darlings, it's been a difficult life. Since the cradle, they said things will get better. Kana takura, but time is running out. Pamuri papo makatsitsawani. You've tried to batajema woko, but still can get that money. Nasitakura, but time is running out. Since over the future, if we do things differently, prosperity differently. Prosperity, sizothuthuka if we do things differently. Prosperity, you and me, we've got the power to change things. You and me, we've got the power to change things. Sense of the future if we do things differently. Prosperity, sizothuthuka, yeah, if we do things differently. Prosperity, sizoba le future. Do you see it?